I'm Dr Pinball. They called me that because after my apprenticeship in electronics when I was about 16, 17 years old, I earned extra money repairing pinball machines in arcades at the coast. But I kept my brown jacket on that I used to wear in the factory to keep my clothes clean, and walking in with that on and a set of test leads around my neck, I somehow picked up the nickname Dr Pinball. I went through what most people do as they get older, family and all the rest of it, and then about 20 years ago I went to see a customer of mine, and in the corner of his room was a broken pinball machine, and I remarked that I used to repair them and ended up taking it home in the back of the car, and that sent me back down the rabbit hole, and I've been kind of running pinball repairs ever since, and somehow it's grown into what we call now the Pinball Surgery. The number of machines I've fixed, well, several hundred in different people's houses. And I've owned almost 180, 200 machines of my own, so it's got to be around about 500 machines one way or the other. Pinball's making a comeback because it's a very social thing. Although people do sit around and play these on their own, they tend to be a family game, and they also are very heavy to move around. So it's easy to go to somebody else's to do something different, or go to a club where there are other things. And let's face it, these tables started life in coffee bars and student union bars, where people used to literally play them while they waited for their friends to arrive. And then when their friends did, they turned it into a kind of beer mat table or coffee table. I'm often asked if there's a machine I haven't been able to repair. And the truthful answer is that pinballs are rather like cars. As they get older, the parts get harder to get hold of. But these days we have the luxury of being able to fabricate in plastic using 3D printing, and there are plenty of small engineering companies, so it's not a question of whether you can fix it or not, it's a question of how long do you want to spend going to all the trouble of fabricating the parts to get them working. Some are more modern, some are older, but if I had to be pinned down, it would probably be the 90s machine, Medieval Madness by Williams. It's a great favourite of mine because it has a very Python-esque theme and a lot of very silly call-outs and sound effects. I've had people who really want to spend money to get a machine back to better than factory condition, and the reason is that it means something to them. They've either proposed to their wife over that machine in an arcade years ago and found it again, or that machine was in their student union bar or their rugby club or the coffee shop that was just down the road and means something to them. There's a big retro vibe going on at the moment which is driving pinball uptake, and I think that type of thing for some people, particularly whose children maybe have grown up and left home and left them with a free space for a pinball machine, has kind of brought them into it.